Welcome to the channel, Histories and Mysteries. This episode is very significant to me because it tells the story of some of my people. It is about the Navajo men, like myself, who became the Code Talkers. Watch until the end to learn about the legendary and invaluable role we had in the U.S. Armed Forces.
Do you know who the real heroes of World War II were? These were the Navajo Code Talkers. But don't let the name fool you. They weren't just soldiers. They were Navajo men, protectors of their language, turned into an unbreakable code. When the United States entered World War II, military leaders needed a way to communicate without giving up their codes to the enemy. After the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor, they intercepted every U.S. communication in the Pacific. American ingenuity could not solve this problem, nor could they break the Japanese naval code. They turned to the Navajo Nation in 1942. World War II was raging. Allied communication lines were constantly intercepted by the enemy. The Japanese had broken every code the US had tried. Every code except one. On June 14, 1942, the Marine Corps sent out a message requesting volunteers to help in the war effort. The response from the Navajo people was immediate. Hundreds showed up ready to serve. The first 29 were enlisted men from the Navajo Nation. They were recruited by the US Marine Corps. They were shepherds' sons, students, not soldiers. They volunteered to serve. Many left their families and tribal land to join the Marine Corps. They trained just like any Marine, but their mission was unlike any other. From November 1942 to May 1945, they fought in some of the bloodiest battles of the Pacific Theater of Operations, including Iwo Jima, Guadalcanal, and Saipan. In the heart of battle, with bullets flying and lives on the line, Navajo Code Talkers sent and received thousands of messages in minutes with perfect accuracy, creating a Navajo dictionary of over 200 terms to describe tanks, trucks, and other military objects was part of the process. The word turtle replaced tank, while iron fish referred to a submarine. Even after creating the code, the enemy failed to crack the Navajo code. After listening to intercepted transmissions, enemy intelligence officers were completely baffled by what they heard. German and Japanese soldiers were unable to figure out the code despite repeated attempts. The Navajo language is tonal, complex, and rarely written down. This made it virtually impossible for the enemy to decipher. Their work was dangerous. They were sent to the front lines, not only as communicators, but also as targets. If captured, they were ordered to destroy the code at all costs. Some were mistaken for enemies by fellow troops because of their appearance and language. Others were killed in combat. The Navajo Code Talkers were true heroes. They risked everything for a country that did not always treat them as equals. The Code Talkers helped turn the tide of war and are credited with helping to save countless lives. When the war ended, the Code Talkers returned home in silence. Their mission was classified and they couldn't even tell their families what they had done. For decades, they received little recognition, but their legacy lived on in the freedom they helped preserve. It wasn't until 2001 that the Navajo Code Talkers were formally honored by the U.S. government. President George W. Bush presented the Congressional Gold Medal to surviving Code Talkers. Only a few are still alive today. Their numbers dwindle, but their story echoes louder than ever. There are no active Code Talkers in today's armed forces. Their mission was unique to a time of desperate need, but their courage continues to inspire generations. Navajo Code Talker. Do you know who the real heroes of World War II were? These were the Navajo Code Talkers. Like, share, subscribe. To learn more about the hidden heroes of history, comment below with your thoughts. What's your favorite thing that you learned from this video?
Tears came to our eyes as we were making this video. My father always told us that we were part American Indian, and I've always had great respect for all Indigenous American Indians. To think of the history we share and that they willingly served and risked their lives makes me sad to think of them, and of all the other brave men and women who've made sacrifices so that we can be free, safe, and live in this beautiful country in peace. We should never forget, of course, and we should never take it for granted. Thank you to all of our ancestors, military, their families, all first responders, and everyone in service for all that you do.